Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty, and because it's the beginning of a new month, I have new kit builds for you. So I build 2 kits each month, and this is the first one for the month. This one is based on the Counterfeit Kit challenge, and I do this every month. If you want more information, I will have links to this challenge below. But the basics are that the design team chooses a kit that exists somewhere in the world, and we base our inspiration off of that. And there are various reasons why you might want to counterfeit your own kit. For instance, this kit comes from the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine in Canada, and shipping to the United States is a bit on the pricey side, so that might be a reason, if it's outside of your budget, to go ahead and take the elements of this inspiration that you appreciate and build your own kit. Now, normally I will do my kit builds directly from my stash. However, looking at this inspiration, I've already got plans for a kit in this color palette, kind of the yellows and blues and pinks color palette. So I wanted to go in a different direction. As we take a closer look at this kit, let me tell you what I'm thinking. So first off, some of the embellishment in this kit, we've got buttons, flowers, die cut pieces, a stamp set, puffy letters, there's some acrylic words in here, some paper clips, some word strips, some enamel dots, and things along those lines. So I will take that into account. Oh yeah, and there is some twine in here. So I will take that into account when I'm looking at my embellishments, which are mostly going to come from my stash. If we take a closer look at some of the pattern paper in this kit, this is where my thinking goes off the main color scheme. Now, that umbrella paper has some purple umbrellas in it. That sheet of floral has some purple on the floral side and green on the back side. So that is where I'm going to go with my color scheme. I'm going to go with green and purple. I don't have a lot of product in my stash with this color palette, but I am lucky enough to have a brick and mortar scrapbook store within driving distance of me, and I had to be in that town anyway, so I decided to go ahead and support my local scrapbook store and buy a few new products. Here is what I ended up buying. I will try to mention each manufacturer as we go through these papers in case you're interested in them. This first one is by Echo Park, and it's their Dots and Stripes collection, which is simple patterns in various colors. So I chose this really soft green color to be a nice calm element into this kit. And then this next piece is by Coordinations, and it's a printed cardstock, so it's actually just one-sided. And this plaid was inspired by some plaids that were actually in the inspiration kit, and this is a Dare to be Artsy manufacturer. So I liked the green plaid, it went well with the kit. These next 2 papers are by Lawn Fawn, and they're just nice soft textures in my color palette of purple and green, so I chose those, and it gives me the option of a darker green or a lighter green or purple on either side, so that's more flexible, and I liked that. I make sure that I have multicolored prints in here, and this is a Paige Evans design for Pink Paisley, and it had the purples and greens in there along with some other colors for sure. Here's another multicolored print, and this has that kind of nature vibe that I got from the inspiration piece. And these birds have green as well as some purples and then some periwinkle blue, which is going to come up in a minute. And the backside is usable too for me should I go there. Here's another Pink Paisley piece with butterflies, definitely green, and the butterflies have little hints of purple in there, so I think that works well, and it's got that nature vibe too. And here is the periwinkle blue color, which leans towards purple but isn't quite purple, but I liked it. I liked it, and the green stems worked. And on the backside, you can see there's actually purple in that line. It's just that these flowers weren't quite purple, so it works. It's okay. And then here's an Amy Tangerine, and this one says Sunshine to me, which has that spring/summer feeling to it for sure. And the sunglasses had pinks and purples, so, or not pinks and purple, sorry, greens and purples, so that worked. This piece is by Chamel, and both sides of this are very usable to me, so I did include 2 sheets of that. Then for embellishments, like I said, most things came from my stash, but this glitter nouveau I actually purchased at my scrapbook store. And I had purple twine in my stash, I had purple buttons in my stash, I had green twine in my stash, and green buttons in my stash. I did purchase these green enamel dots from my scrapbook store. These dimensional butterfly, they're not exactly enamel dots. Those came from Stampin' Up, and I had those in my stash. I did purchase the purple, that is a pink fresh, purple alphabet, sorry. And then I had this sticker alphabet set from Simple Stories already in my stash. These wood letters have been in my stash for a long time. I have some paper clips, and then I'm definitely going to throw in butterfly and flower punches. Now, because I have that Nouveau product in here, I wanted to play with it with some stencils. So I pulled out this kind of nature-inspired hexagon stencils, reminds me of bees and insects. I also have this Tim Holt, a couple of sets of stencils, just small texture-y. And then for extra texture, I have this kind of lattice embossing folder. And I'm going to play with those, and I'll likely include some gesso along with this to help mellow out background papers to add this stenciling on top of. And that is most of my embellishments. Now, I do have what's called a forgery for you. So Counterfeit Kit does a project called Forgery on the 4th, where we are inspired by a product and we make it ourselves. So this forgery is going to be about creating some faux enamel embellishments, and I'm going to do word embellishments because that was part of the inspiration kit. So I pulled out a die set that I already own, and I'm going to die cut words that are appropriate to my kit. So I've got you, love, hello, and celebrate. And I'm going to die cut these words multiple times. I'm using a little piece of low tack tape in order to assist me in lining these up each time. And once I have 4 cut out of each word, I am going to dab them into a puddle of glue. I find this the easiest way to do this with intricate die cuts. And then line them up, and this particular glue is called art glitter glue. It has nothing to do with glitter. That's just the name of the glue, but I find that it has enough work time to it to move the pieces around, but dries fast enough that I can move on to the next step. And here is the next step. I'm going to add this clear Nouveau, I believe it's called a crystal drop product, to the top of that. It's going to add a shine to these pieces that kind of mimic the acrylic quality of the pieces in the inspiration kit. So once I've got all my words done, I will give you a close-up here of what those actually look like with the shiny product on top of them. So here is an overview of everything in my kit. Here is the lineup of pattern papers, and we've got the lineup of embellishments, including those faux acrylic pieces I created. I hope you enjoyed this kit build. I hope you check out the Counterfeit Kit Club if you don't already know about them. I will be back in a couple of days with my second kit build for the month. I hope you will join me next time. I'll see you then.